Hello, besties. It's been about a year since my last marketing video. I thought I'd do another one. Learned some things. I just refreshed my memory with the last one. I did a thing of notes. Things have changed a little bit. Mostly, my recommendation to go to Immersive Ink is gone. Well, let's get into it. I'm also like, down like 30 pounds since the last time I did this, so I feel like I was gasping a lot. Okay, so um, if you don't know, I'm JP Weaver. I'm a writer. I write serialized fiction that turned into novels after some editing. Um, and actually, this is on the audiobook of this is on Libro.fm. And if you are coming to Lit RPG Con, I will get you a signed copy of this. I'm going to have like 30 copies. Um, but yeah, so I talked to a lot of authors, especially in the progression fantasy, lit RPG niche, and then some like romantasy and cozy are my friends. So let's talk about this. So book marketing. You've written a book, and you're like, I thought the hard part was writing the book, and you are done writing the book, and now you want to market the book. So what do you do? Do you do ads? Probably not. Don't recommend ads for anyone until they have a third book out. You're a self-published author, and the reason for that is because you would be spending basically the you'd be spending people for people to basically read one book, right? So um, as of this like writing, like you could buy every piece of you could buy every single book I have out for roughly um, like $20. This is my hardcover here, the Kickstarter, shiny. This isn't for sale right now. I only have 3 copies left, but it'll be available in the next Kickstarter, which is next month. So if you bought all of my books, right, that's this book, The Badger Company, and the Tales of the Riverboat, which is a novella, it would be like $20 as an ebook. If you bought the hardcover copy of this, whatever price is set, if you bought the hardcover copy of that, it would be like, or the paperback would be like $16. Don't quote me on that. But like, if you wanted everything I wrote, like that is fully published and fully edited, it is $20. So let's talk about the super fan experience. I used this as a reference last time. I still love this book. Whatever Simone Jimenez writes, I will buy. Sir, please write some more. There's also a Hugo Award winner or Nebula Award winner. I think it's a Hugo, or it was a finalist. I should know the answer to this, but this is really good. This is one of the few books I bought in multiple formats. I've got this in the audiobook. The audiobook is peak. I needed this because it is really good. And let me see. Here's another one. Okay, so they didn't have this last year because it wasn't out. Contracts and Cats. I got a special edition because it was a misprint. I got it straight from the author because she's my friend. And basically, so I'm going to talk about Tony Binns and Plum Parrot, right? So whatever she writes, whatever Tony Binns writes, I will write. I will buy it, right? Because I like this. And so I want to follow her stuff. I am a super fan. So I go to the back of her book, and right here it's tonybins.com, right? I can get a short story from her, which I think I might just go do that, and I can read it, right? Because I want to know more about this world. I've read, like, the second book is already out. I don't have it yet. I will probably get it this summer. But I would like to buy whatever she has. I would buy, and the same thing with Plum Parrot. So Plum Parrot writes Victor of Tucson. I read the first book. I read like 2 hours in. And this is after getting it recommended out over and over again by several of my friends who are editors. They're like, "Hey, we like this." I'm like, it's really weird that this specific demographic of people are like book editors are telling me they like this. I'm like, okay, specifically like lady editors. I'm like, all right. And then I read it, and I'm like 2 hours through the first one. I'm like, this is not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be about like a System Apocalypse in Tucson. It is not. Um, but I liked the first 2 hours so much that I bought like the first 9 audiobooks immediately, and that cost me $100, right? Because I buy Audible credits, and I'm like, whatever you write, Plum Parrot, I will read. So just keep writing. I'm the same way with the actors about Roombound Professor. Like, I'm a super fan, and since I'm kind of connected to the community, like I follow them on Amazon, so whenever they have a new release, I'll pick it up. I've already pre-ordered the next book, right? Probably. If Victor Toussaint wasn't done, I would follow the next one. Or sorry, I would pre-order the next one. But right, it is done. It's 12 books long. It's really good. I recommend it because I'm a super fan, right? So you only need like 1,000 super fans to make a living, be a living professional working writing author, right? Um, so how do you find that, right? So here's the trick. Like, if I didn't like this, which I love it, I would stop here, right? I would stop here or I'd stop here, and I would just be like, I don't need this. But for the people that finish, they get a special treat. They get 20bins.com where there's more stuff, and I guarantee that she's got a newsletter because I know I talked to her. A link there for people that are super fans. So the super fans will follow that, and then right, then they will recommend this, right? So like, I'm a super fan of this, so I recommend you pick up Contracts and Cats by Tony Bins today. It's on audio. It's on audio. I think it's on Amazon. I don't know if it's anywhere else. Because I'm a super fan. I will buy whatever she writes, right? I'm the same way with R.C. Joshua, Kerberos, Benjamin Correa, Honore, right? So like, I'm a super fan of her, but also like, as you're writing your book, you have to think like, who are my comp authors, right? So Tony is kind of a comp author when I write cozy. My next book's going to kind of be a cozy, although there's going to be a lot of cursing. It's going to be set in a like a wedding venue / pub, right? So last time I did this, talked about Kerberos, Benjamin Correa, and Honore being my comp authors. All right, vibes based, right? So like, the way the writing goes, like we are very vibes based, right? Me and her, right? I'm very vibes based with Hiroshi, right? Even though like, this is a YA novel, this is sort of YA. This is a little more new age, but this doesn't have like not right. So like, if the vibes are there, right? So like, if it's found family, Contracts and Cats is very found family, and like Tony and I, we like love that for our books, right? So even though um, Caravan of Blades is found family, it is also grimdark, right? It is also lit RPG is grimdark, right? So like, not exactly comps, but similar. But the vibes are the same, right? I wrote this with the same kind of vibes that this has. So you have to find a comp or a comparable author and see what they're doing. All right. So Benjamin Correa only posts on Facebook. Kerberos, he has his own server. He posts on Patreon. Right. Follow him there. Um, actually, since last year, Kerberos has become my fan, and so he's like, we've been talking about last month, and he's like, oh, I noticed you mentioned me in your Kickstarter. I'm just like, yeah, dude, because your shit is great. And he's like, oh, this. So now we're buddies. I'm just like, it's better to just be like friendly with your comp authors and know them, right? It's not a zero sum game, right? And I said this last time, right? If I like, I could buy all these books, um, and I think I'm gonna skip to the attention economy. So here's the problem, right? There is an attention economy, which is, I only have so much time in the day, right? Which is why I bought this little e-reader. This is not an ad. This is XT Inc. Thank you. What's the freaking name? The fantasy news guy. I bought this, and what I'm doing is I'm just loading one book at a time on there. So I have a book by my friend Jay right now, because I only have so much attention, right? So I'll read like 4 chapters while I'm like waiting for something to happen. So I'm not on my phone the whole time. It's just reading, right? I only have so much attention, and that's the same thing with your readers. They only have so much attention. So you want to give them the best product you can, You want to make sure the blurb's on point. You want to make sure that the cover's great. You want to make sure the actual prose is great, right? Because you're arriving here, you're arriving at this spot already. You've done the fundamentals. You've had your writers critique group. You've workshopped it a little bit. You've either got a dev editor, or you've like had like several alphas like be like, this story is good, it's done, edit it and send it out, right? I don't know what it is. That's different than this. So for the marketing purposes, we're not in competition. You and I are not in competition. You and your contemporaries are not in competition. You're friends. So whatever they're doing, is if it's working, right, then you should probably think about that, right? Which is where my recommendation is to have one social media, maybe two, and a Facebook and a website with a newsletter link, right? So like specifically for romance, romantasy, you want to have TikTok, right? Because everyone that's on there is on there. I can't be on TikTok because of my job, right? But like for lit RPG, if you're not on the Reddits, subreddit forums, or if you're not on Discord as an author or writer, like what are you doing, right? That's where the fans are, or at least, and also that's where the authors are. So a lot of the fans are the authors, right? So I want you to join a community of authors, talk to them, become friends with them, learn their tips and tricks, right? And don't just be like the guy that like drops in and it's like, hey, I want to self promo my book, and then disappear, right? You have to come in and engage with people, right? You have to talk to people. So like people come to me, they're like, hey, I want shout outs, and I'm just like, my friend, you haven't talked to people, you need to talk to people. Like, I will help you out. I will introduce you to people. I am one of the two extroverts in our space. Um, so like, but you have to be the one that talks. Like, I cannot hold your hand and talk to people. I can talk to them on your behalf if you're talkative, but you can't be afraid, right? Like, don't be afraid of talking to me. Don't be afraid of talking to people out there. Like, I'm not a scary dude, um, unless you work for me. Then I'm more like a fluff ball. Um, don't tell my people I said that. I'm not a scary dude. I am on your side. However, if you're a jerk, I'm not gonna help you out, right? So like, if you, it's just like just by showing up and like not being a jerk and doing the work, you're like more than halfway there, right? And there's the same thing with that. Like, if you're, as long as you're not like an asshole, we like you, right? So like I at some point last year, like I got chicken to level number 7 on writing stars, and now like she can sustain herself on her writing, right? So she lives in Southeast Asia, right? So Immortal Chicken, she wrote Villainous. Her writing artist number 7. She was a ghostwriter. Now she can live off of what she makes, I think. Maybe she's going to be like in a really good spot. But like, I'm like writing a series Chicken. That's a whole different thing. You are not trying to be Garfield. You're not trying to be liked by everybody. By everybody. You're not trying to be the Beatles. You're not trying to be like appeal to everyone. You're trying to appeal to your person. You're trying to appeal to your niche, right? You're trying to appeal to the people that want to read stories about sumos, right? You're trying to appeal to people, just to people that read about queer girls who want to do chemistry, and encounter like questions about philosophy, right? I want to write family and comedy, right? So I want to intentionally put more comedy in my stuff. I want to show that that's what the thing is, right? So like, this is where you think back to like, what's your author brand, right? So my author brand is like, I am your favorite author's favorite author, right? And I love MF Doom, right? I want to be people's friend, right? I also want to be friendly. I want to make jokes, right? And also, like, apparently my brand is that if I show up in the Discord server, people are like, okay, I'm getting to work right now, which is great because I can just tell you like how many books would not have made it to Kickstarter if I hadn't like put my intervention in there, because the author didn't even know about Kickstarter. But yeah, so like, whatever the thing is you want to write. Let's say you want to write dungeon core or standard, bog standard, whatever. Write that thing, right? And then maybe that first one isn't a hit, but like maybe your third book or third series will become a hit, and then you're just like, or more sell more, and your super fans will be like, what else does this person have out? And then they'll be like, oh, he has a back catalog. She has a back catalog. Let me go check out her books. She has a shelf of books. Holy shit. I'm going to buy all those. And nothing, that's when you can run ads. Because to become a living working writer, you have to like have a shelf of books. And you have to slowly get better at like your newsletter, your email marketing, your Discord server, if you have one, your subreddit skills, your Facebook skills, your Facebook group skills. But like it all comes back to like, who are you trying to write to? Like, who's your ideal person, right? Because again, there's the attention economy, right? I might get to read for 30 minutes a day. I write for like an hour and a half, right? My writing has eclipsed that. I don't have any time to freaking game anymore, even though I'm supposed to play Expedition 33. But like people have limited attention, right? Attention economy. And I'm going to touch on royal. So novelizing has ceased, but I would say like posting work on Royal Road and you growing a following there through shoutouts is a way to get eyes on your fiction, get beta readers to like look at it, and like it's kind of proof of concept, right? When I wrote Gamer Manager, I was like, this would be great. This was really hit. People didn't really like it. I'm like, okay, well maybe it's too off-brand to have it be a community college professor who's teaching esports, right? Got it. Not a problem, right? So the next one, I'm like, all right, it's more on brand, but I needed to work in the editing. So as long as all your stuff is like, all your skills are all you do working on the fundamentals, right? You should be fine, right? I fully expect my next book to be the highest one I get on the Rising Stars, right? And this time I'm just going to do the standard launch, right? And I'm also going to launch on Fictionite, right? So Fictionite's the precursor, is the successor. It's like similar to novelizing. It just launched. This is not an ad for them. I don't work for them. I don't have any material thing that I might do ads on them, but Fictionite's going to be like, they're trying to be similar to Royal Road, but like with better UI, UX, right? Better experience for the readers and for the writers. Yes. So market your stuff there, market your stuff all over, right? Figure out who your person is, who is your ideal reader, where do they go, right? I don't want to make this too long. Okay, so, and then the last thing is PR, right? Public relations. So public relations is kind of like earned media. So you've been around for a long time. You talk to people, and you get a chance to speak about your stuff. This is where don't be an asshole comes in. If someone's an asshole, like I'm not gonna be like, go on the pop-up show, right? Or come talk to me, because I think I'm gonna start doing interviews here. If you're not an asshole, it's more likely that people will want to talk to you about your stuff, right? Or if you're a shut-in recluse, like you're still gonna have to market your book a little bit. And if I come calling and like, hey, pop-up wants to talk to you, or I want to interview you, right? Like just say yes, take the thing, and like talk to us first about like what the expectation is. Watch the show, realize that like you shouldn't be that nervous because we're talking as friends, right? Now, like if a news channel can talk to me, I'd be like, it'd be different, and I'd do like a media, I'd call a PR firm and be like, hey, help me out with this. But like me talking within the niche is very tight. The niche is very tight knit, right? So like when we show up together, right? And that's the other thing is like the main thing I've changed is like my view on community is like I think it's more important. So like every Tuesday night, we go over new author works, read it aloud on my Discord server. Community is the thing, right? I'm gonna call this book marketing 2026. You're trying to build a community of fans. You're trying to build a community that will be your street team, that will just be like, hey, Weaver's got stuff out. Let's go check it out. Or hey, Jay's got something out. Let's check it out, right? Like, or Kerberos's book is out, or like whatever it is. You're going to build that community, that enduring community, so that you can just be like, all right, this is out. Who wants a special signed copy or whatever? Who knows, right? You could do a lot of things with your community. But think about the attention economy, which is like it's really bad this year. Like people are just like addicted to their phones, and like they want to get away. They want to like escape from whatever's going on in the real world. So they want to go out in nature. or they want to get little e-readers and disconnect, which is nice. Nice to disconnect. I highly suggest you disconnect as much as possible, and read my book while you're going on a long hike. But yeah, so you want a community, talk to them. It's not a zero-sum game. All right, there's an attention economy at play here. Get your people, get your followers, exploit other people's followers, because if I like one Dungeon Core book, I'll read another one. If I like one romance book, I'll read another one. If I like one bog standard isekai book, I'll read another one, right? Because that's what I want. All right. In the comments, let me know if this is something to address. I don't think I have enough Schlitz for a PR video on its own, but I have been going on Pop-Pop's show, and I think I'm going to start looking at doing live interviews again. And that's where I plug numbers go up. The virtual convention, that's June 19th, 20th, and 21st on Discord. There'll be more information following. We're finalizing the stuff this week. The chance to go watch your people, see how they do their panels. It's free. We would love to have a donation to a charitable organization, but we are donating our time to talk to people that are newer authors, right? This is how I build a community. I'm like, all right, I'm going to show up for people. Let's talk. Let's do the thing. All right. Have a great day, guys. This is going to be one of my more enduring things. Hopefully it gets you where you want to go. If you have questions you want me to answer on a different video, put them in the comments. Like, follow, subscribe, all that stuff. I will do one specifically on social media eventually. I'm working through it, but like, finish the book, post the book, do the things. Have a great day.